Now let's take a look at creating your own packages and classes for your own applications. First, a quick tip. Let's open up the browser and say, I like it more this size. Close it, and notice the next time you open it up, it's that size. Now, what we want to do is we want to create a class, but first we want to organize it. We want to put it in a particular package. So let's create a new package. Let's call this package, for example, people. Say OK. So now I have a new package. We want to create a class in here. Say we want to create class person. Right click in here, new class. Okay, package is people. The name of the class is person. Let's say the superclass, I want to leave it as class object. And let's say the instance variables we want is name and address. Something simple. We'll have it create accessors, initializers, and subclass responsibilities if it warrants it. Let's go ahead and do that. So here's what it created. Look at the definition. We can come here and comment it. We've got this warning because it hasn't been commented yet, and we can simply change this. I'm just going to write person comment right now, and then Control S or except will do the same thing, and notice that warning is gone. Notice we have some methods. With nothing selected here for the categories, we see everything on the instance side. Let's take a look. Now if we select a category, we see just within that category. If I click again, I deselect this so I see everything. So I've got an initialize method, which is largely a placeholder. It makes my name and address nil and returns self. I have a getter, get my address, and a setter, set my address, and the same for name. So let's see how to use that. Let's open a new workspace, make my option style as Smalltalk. I'm going to say person new. I'll assign that to a variable lowercase person. Notice classes always begin with an uppercase, so you can distinguish them. Let's see if I can create that. I will do it, and I can inspect it, and I've got a person with a nil name and nil address. So let's change that. Person name, I'm going to use my name here. If I put a single quote, that gives me an opening and closing quote. My name is Arden Thomas. I'll go to the end, put a period. Person address. Oops, I misspelled it. So notice it told me, it highlighted it in red, so that was warning me that it didn't recognize that. So I'm going to choose this and hit Tab. And notice the pattern it puts here for me. Excellent. Going to do my double quotes again. And Smalltalk Land, USA. Put a period. So now I can highlight this. Do it. Now if I double click on person and inspect it, see I'm a person, the address, and the name are right there. And of course I can ask for those things. I can use the getter. Person name will get me the name. Now I can notice in this tool here, if I have the cursor to the end, I can simply click on these things and it will do the same as if I highlighted the whole thing. So I can print the name right here to see what it is. Then I can simply backspace to remove that. Or I can inspect the result of that, and I see it's a string, a byte string, with those contents. So I have also, let's see, I have do it, print it, inspect it, and also debug. This takes me into the debugger, and I can actually, we'll go more into this in another screencast, but I can actually walk into the actual method and I can see the object right here. I can even change the contents right here in this tool.